Hey everybody, welcome back to the Breath of Fire 3 walkthrough. We are just about to enter Angel Tower. One thing before I forget. Switch Momo into your party. There are 2 items in the Angel Tower that you cannot get unless she is with you. If you don't want to do necessarily the whole thing with her, you can, you can take her in part way, get your items, and then come back out. But I don't know. I made the mistake of going in here and forgetting that I needed her. So obviously you're gonna see from the first part of this video here, I've got Gar, Nina, and the main character, and I ended up having to come back out. And man, what? Level 41? Oh man. Okay, yeah, so this is my second playthrough. Obviously, I'm so over-leveled. It's almost... I really overdid it in all reality. I was messing around with the Lava Men trick, and so things got a little out of hand. But oh well, yeah. Main character's got 315 health. That's just crazy. Crazy for this point in the game, anyway. All right. So this is the first spot you have to come up here and walk off this ledge. You don't necessarily have to get the ivory dice, but obviously I did here. Gosh, I wonder if I could have done this better. I can't remember. God, these things, the Cerebus. Alright, so these things cast Howling, and it's a confusion that will affect your entire group. So, light bangles, or sandals, or whatever, anything basically that prevents status effects, I would recommend using. For this place, you'll be firefighting them inside as well. So again, my recommendation is to put some of those status prevention accessories on. I believe I don't remember if they use chlorine or not. For some reason, I'm thinking they did, but maybe I'm thinking about the old curse. So here you have to watch which way you jump off this. Yeah, I jumped off the wrong spot now. So now I'm gonna have to go all the way back around. There is another treasure chest up there that I didn't take the correct path. Obviously this is a little bit of a maze, what with the walls being up, but no biggie. See if I went the right way. Okay, so back over here, off this wall, over here. Got it right so far. I think you have to jump kind of off right at the corner of this level. We'll see here. We'll see if I did it right. Yep, there it is. Alright. So grab your treasure. And yeah, that's a dead end. So you have to come all the way back around, following the bottom. Fight about, 15 more things before we actually get anything accomplished. Yeah, so I don't know, not much else to say about this outside area. I guess it's just the two treasure chests. It's funny when Nina is almost half-shotting these. Oh, she's more than half-shotting at, whatever level she is. But, so again, this was my second iteration of this spot, and the last time I came through here, it was quite a bit different than this. I was severely under-leveled, and it was quite a bit more difficult. Spectre. I think those are the same thing from. Yeah, those are the same thing from the lighthouse. So nothing new there. Those ones are the ones that do the AP damage, which, you know, is pretty annoying. And here is Dees. I don't know. I think I always called her Dees. It's probably more like what, Dace? I don't know. I guess if we were using proper English words, but I'm gonna say Dees. So all right. I thought it. Yeah, okay. So I waited a little bit before I made the cut. But right down here on there, you see that you can actually see the cracked wall already. And that's the spot that you need Momo for. So actually, you know, like I said, what I ended up doing was backing out and coming back in. So the Phantom, these things cast death, which I believe we are about to see. What? Why did I defend with Nina? That was weird. Oh, I defended with Gar too. That's strange. Must have been expecting to steal or something. Oh man, look at that. Recovers with willpower. So, yeah, these things are quite dangerous. I'm trying to think. The talisman, you know, if you've got any of those, and I believe they can be purchased in Windia, if I remember right. Possibly other spots too, but those are the only ones I can think of. There you go, the Belladonna. I believe that Belladonna itself actually has, or you can cast death with it. Basically, it's a consumable item. But anyways, the talisman can be equipped, and that will reduce the chances of getting one shot by death. And there's the cut that I did. So, you know, like I said, I went all the way back out, picked up Momo, and came back in. And you can tell because Momo is quite a bit less leveled than everybody else. Moon Tears and Diamond Ring. That ring actually gives a lot of death resistance as well. So I guess I would say, you know, probably equip that on your main character for this area, just because he's, you know, your best healer, probably your most valuable asset. Look at that defense stat, 440. So yeah, so I spent a ton of time in Mount Zublo stealing proteins from the Vulcans to get my defense up that high. So that's what I actually had brought up in another episode, was that I was trying some different things, and this was one of the little, I don't know, tips or tricks, or I don't know what I can really call it, but I just spent a ton of time in there, grabbed a bunch of proteins, stuck them on the main character, because I wanted to see what I really wanted to do was to see how well I could do with the charge skill, because the charge skill itself, the damage is based off of your defense. So the more defense you have, the harder it's going to hit. So I was pretty happy with how it turned out, not to mention just the fact that it didn't matter what kind of armor I was even wearing at this point. You know, my defense was so high that it just didn't matter. I could have, you know, not worn any armor at all and it would have been fine. But there actually is another skill, and again I've brought it up before as well, is Last Resort. So Last Resort takes all of your defense and puts it into your offense. And that I showcased that, I guess, a little bit later. So we'll eventually get to that. But yeah, not a whole lot else. I believe we've seen all the enemies here, so there shouldn't be anything new. I don't believe there was any new enemy skills here. And that shotgun shell, I think I think I bought. Yeah, I must have. I'm pretty sure I bought that from Junktown. You know, again, it would definitely take. I'm assuming anyway. I think it would take a bit of time for anybody to really get all those items in Junktown because just the cost is so high on some of those. Barbarossa comes to mind. That thing is like, I want to say it's like 12,000 zenny or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, long story short is it would take a bit of farming to get that kind of cash, or a lot of stealing, I guess. There's a couple places come to mind that you can actually steal some worthwhile or some items that can fetch a decent price. Yeah, I actually made a small fortune. Speaking of stealing, made a small fortune in Mount Zublo stealing from the lizard men. I want to say at one point I had a full stack of like broadswords or something like that. What was I doing here? I don't know why I did that. I knew this block had to be pushed, and that was just weird. What a weirdo. Yep, and I'm going the wrong way. Oh man. Again, sometimes I just do crazy stuff. You know, partly I'm sure because I was a little rusty. But this was not the right path. Oof. Yeah, man, and that is the confusion. That is just not fun. So unfortunately, Momo bore the brunt of my over-leveled main character there. But yeah, you know, again, that's a perfect example of what can go wrong here with confusion. God, even Gar is level 38. What was I doing? Ow! Yeah, I forgot about that. I kind of just, like I said, I sat in Mount Zublo because it's definitely my favorite area, and leveled like crazy while I was, I think while I was making other videos and stuff. So, you know, I definitely spent longer than any sane person probably would, but you know, it was neat to see what are the fruits, I guess, of my labors, because you know, specifically just looking at this area, it's kind of crazy. And you know, frankly, I don't know, I kind of felt like I made it a little bit too easy. I mean, most of this stuff just takes no effort. You know, you hit the charge command and you're done. And I guess that's not so bad either. It kind of cuts down on some of the annoying trash fights. Crack. So, you know, I guess this is kind of like your point of no return. I discussed it a little bit in the previous video, but I guess I'd recommend having at least Kairi on. You know, if you don't want to level Gar up to, I believe it was 26 when he gets it. If you don't want to level him up that far, and you know, if you've got somebody that's quite a bit lower leveled, you can master them under Handara, which does require you to have the skills from Durandal. So you know, really, actually, you have to put 3 levels into Durandal first, and then pick up the, you know, it's like 5 levels on Handara to get Kairi. So, you know, a grand total of 8 levels. You know, I guess you can split it up too. You can do 3 on one person and then 5 under Handara if you'd like. But a very, like I said, very, very useful skill for the upcoming dungeon. And you know, I don't know what else to say. the last playthrough that I did, you know, was I my intention was to at least try. I guess, you know, I guess I don't really want to speak much about it. Spoiler reasons, and I don't know. Well, you know, I can explain it a little more once I actually get there. But again, you know, this is, like I said, it's kind of like the point of no return. So if you want to build up your character anymore, or you know, if you want to do certain, you know, you almost have access to the whole map right now. So that will be that will not be the case for much longer. So again, you know, just take care of anything that you need to take care of right now. All right, so right through this door up here is, I believe, a soul gem. Don't make me into a liar. Come on, game. Hey, look at those levels. That's crazy. Oh, yes. There we are. There's the soul gem. Alright. Downstairs. Alright. One thing I'll say, so we got a hidden treasure chest here, too, by this next set of stairs. I ended up cheesing through this, unfortunately. There is a glitch down here on this floor that kind of allows you to bypass this puzzle. And that actually ended up happening to me unintentionally. I did not mean to do it. It probably ended up working out okay. I would have had to reset this puzzle because I did actually do it a little bit wrong, and I'll point that out once I actually hit it or get to that spot. But yeah, I ended up not doing it right. So. Wow. That was kind of brutal. Must have been lava burst from the main character. So this is, again, this is, you know, my Ryu. I think was leveled under, well, I know he wasn't leveled under Migas for a very long time. I think I may have ended up switching him to Mary Leap at some point. Because I wanted to get some more agility gains, but this is kind of where this puzzle starts. And like I said, you actually have to do this right. So this green block or gray block, whatever, needs to be pushed straight up against that wall, and then up 2 spots. And then this is the beginning of the part that I did this wrong. So I went down here. I went down. Yeah, that's not the right way to go either. So don't push that block. Don't come in here. Don't push that block. Leave that one where it is, and leave this one here too, because like I said, I messed this up. I could have fixed it if I would have thought about it a little more, but I didn't. I ended up really messing this up. So what I could have done was pushing that all the way up against the wall, and then pushing it down farther down here too to try to get it back to the right spot, but I didn't. Again, I did this totally wrong. What you're actually supposed to do is go back out the way that you came and go up the first set of stairs, and then go to the right and kind of loop around, because there's a big circle around the outside of this room, and you actually are supposed to come at that block, because there's no way to get by that block if you try coming this way from basically from north to south. But the idea is, if that block was back at its original position, what you would do is come from this side and push it from this, push it south, from south to north. And then that'll fit next to the other block that we had already pushed. And so again, I, like I said, I did this completely wrong. I could have fixed it, but I didn't. But it is important that you come down to this, head down to the east here, because there is I believe this is a skill ink. Yeah. And here, coming right up here is where the glitch happens. So it's right around this edge. I get into this fight and see it ports me up to the top up here. So unfortunately, there's no way, and there's no way to. Well, there is a way actually to get down. I could have ran over to the south and jumped down, and I should have. But there's nothing else in this room, so I just decided to kind of say, you know, whatever, I'm done. So I just continued on. But you know, it is by no means a difficult puzzle. It's just. I actually, you know, you kind of have to know how it works. And one thing to know is if you do screw up the puzzle, all you have to do is kind of go back the way you came, and then come right back down the set of stairs, and it'll reset all the blocks to where they were initially at. All right. So, Gar the Weasel here just says, "Hey, you know, I need to talk to the main character alone." And here was where I realized that, actually, you know, coming down that stair set's kind of like the point of no return, so. Got some importance, so yeah, you can't go back up. Once Gar has sent off your third character, there's no way to go back, so. So hopefully you have already taken care of business. Alright, and here's the plaques. So, Guardian Geist 234, interestingly enough, we meet him later. Guardian Ga 198. Guardian Gar 299. And then there is actually another plaque farther up that I didn't speak to, but so here we go. Oh, surprise, surprise. By the way, the Guardians are actually Brood Slayers or Dragon Slayers. And here you have the bones of fallen dragons. And we may have made a mistake coming with Gar. So this looks like a spirit that is not very happy with Gar. Let me tell you what happened to your people. The savage and malevolent brood. Some interesting wording right there. Attempted to conquer the world, igniting a fierce war. So this is actually, from what I understand, Gar is just lying. So he says that the brood started a war, and so that's why the Urkin people asked their god for the power to stop the brood. And basically that's when she created the Guardians. So at one point, you know, if you hadn't been, or if you're not familiar with the story, but Gar, from what I understood anyway, was like a normal person, kind of like the people in Urkin Tapa. And like I said, the power, after they asked their god for power, she turned, it looked, you know, it seemed to me a select few into these Guardians who then had powers. Quite a bit of power. And so if you looked at the plaques, you could see, or you'd see Gar had already killed 299, so the main character would have been his 300th dragon kill. But that was not to be, because Last Resort is ridiculous. Normally, you'd probably want to just, you know, transform with, I don't know, do we have the Frost Gene right now? I think, I don't know. If you don't have the Frost Gene, you could do like a Flame Reverse with like a Defender. I'm pretty, yeah, we have the Frost Gene. Yeah, why do I don't know why I didn't think we didn't. I kind of lose track of which genes we have and which ones we don't. But, yeah, anyways. a frost gene with like the defender and whatever thorn would work. Toss a thorn in for a little more oomph. But here we have this voice again that says, no, don't kill Gar. He's not your enemy. And I don't know if that the Kaiser is did Ryu just transform there and kind of basically take off? I'm not sure. But it looked to me, I thought anyway, that the temple was kind of crumbling, but or whatever, Angel Tower, but it does not. It's just a couple of rocks fall. Alright, we're coming up on the end of this video here, so like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, but I hope you join me for more videos. I guess I will before I take off on you. Let's see if we can find Tipo here. Why do you run? So I'm not sure who. So Tipo says we're not like them. We're not supposed to be with them. So you can tell Tipo's a little off. But anyways, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But hope you join me for more videos. All right, thanks for watching.